Deep within the heartland of America lies a mystery that has puzzled archaeologists for decades. A vast network of earthen mounds, some over 100 feet high, covers an area the size of Manhattan. Located in eastern Oklahoma, this archaeological site consists of 650-acre complex of earthen mounds, the largest of which, known as the Great Plaza Mound, stands over 100 feet tall. Each mound represents a different aspect of life in the settlement, from residential areas to elite residences, temples, and even burial grounds. Over the next 200 years, additional mounds were constructed and the settlement grew into a major center of trade and culture. It wasn't until the early 19th century that they were rediscovered by European settlers. What they found was a treasure trove of artifacts, including ceramics, tools, weapons, and jewelry. Many of these vessels were decorated with intricate patterns and designs, suggesting that they may have been used in religious ceremonies. Other excavations have uncovered human remains, animal bones, and traces of gold, suggesting that the city may have been home to a wealthy elite class. Some of the artifacts dated back to 1000 BC, indicating that the settlement had been occupied for over 2,000 years. These masks, which date back to around the year 1200 AD, were likely used in religious ceremonies and depict a variety of supernatural beings. While it's not uncommon to find human remains in archaeological sites, the way in which they were buried provides valuable information about the beliefs and customs of the people who lived there. At Spiro Mounds, some of the human remains were found buried in wooden boxes, while others were simply placed in the ground. This suggests that the people who lived here had a variety of burial customs, and that not all residents were treated equally after death. One mask in particular has become famous for its striking resemblance to Egyptian pharaohs. Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. This has led some people to speculate that there may have been contact between ancient Egypt and the Mississippian culture. However, mainstream archaeologists reject this theory, pointing out that the mask was likely inspired by Native American traditions rather than Egyptian ones. The mounds were looted by treasure hunters who were looking for Native American artifacts to sell. In the early 20th century, the mounds were placed on the National Register of Historic Places in order to protect them from further damage. Gold was likely used in jewelry and other decorative items, and the presence of gold objects suggests that the city's elite class lived in relative luxury. However, despite these clues, archaeologists are still working to piece together the city is history and uncover the secrets of its lost treasure. By 1938, the Great Depression had ended and the government was no longer interested in funding archaeological excavations. With each new discovery, we get a glimpse into the lives of the people who lived here centuries ago, and who knows what other treasures await us in the heartland of America. For the next several decades, the site remained largely untouched until the late 1990s, when a group of archaeologists led by archaeologist Bob Birmingham of East Carolina University began excavating the site again. The site is now protected by the National Park Service, and efforts are being made to preserve it for future generations. Despite its historical significance, the site is still shrouded in mystery, and archaeologists continue to make new discoveries here today. However, sometime around the year 1400, the city was abandoned, and the reason for this remains a mystery. Some believe that the city was destroyed by a natural disaster, such as a flood or a drought. Others believe that it was abandoned due to warfare or disease. Whatever the reason, the city was completely deserted by the year 1500. After years of hard work, they made several important discoveries. First, they identified the location of the city's main plaza, a large open area surrounded by temples and other important buildings. They also discovered the remains of several elite residences, including one that contained traces of gold. Finally, they uncovered the city's main burial ground, which contained dozens of human remains. It's as if the ancient builders wanted to leave behind a tangible representation of their entire civilization. To put it into perspective, the Great Plaza Mound alone contains more dirt than the Great Pyramid of Giza. It took hundreds of years to construct and required the labor of thousands of people. The site was once home to a large settlement and is considered to be the largest in the prehistoric Mississippian culture, which flourished in the Mississippi River Valley from about 800 to 1400 AD. At its peak, the city is believed to have had a population of around 20,000 residents, making it one of the largest urban areas in North America at the time. But it's what's below these mounds that's truly fascinating. These mounds are believed to be the remains of a lost treasure city from ancient America, and recent excavations have revealed stunning artifacts like ceremonial masks, human remains, and even traces of gold. This is the story of Spiro Mounds and the search for the lost treasure city of ancient America. The journey to Spiro Mounds is a humbling one. What makes Spiro Mounds so unique is the sheer scale of the project. The history of the mounds themselves dates back centuries. It is believed that the first mound was built around the year 800 AD. For centuries, the mounds remained hidden from view, covered in vegetation and used as burial grounds by Native Americans. In the 1930s, the Works Progress Administration, a government program created to provide jobs during the Great Depression, funded the excavation of the mounds. The most interesting find from the excavations was a collection of over 300 ceramic vessels that were discovered in a single room. Despite these exciting discoveries, the WPA's work at the site was short-lived. The team's goal was to learn more about the Mississippian culture and to identify the city's most important sites. One of the most intriguing artifacts discovered at the site is a collection of ceremonial masks. Another fascinating discovery was the presence of human remains in some of the mounds. The discovery of gold at the site is perhaps the most tantalizing piece of evidence that the city was once a treasure trove of wealth and power. As archaeologists continue to excavate the site, they hope to learn more about the city's origins, its relationship to other Mississippian settlements, and the reasons for its ultimate decline. In modern times, the Spiro Mounds site has become a popular tourist destination, drawing visitors from all over the world who come to marvel at the site's beauty and learn about its rich history. What do you think?